Why do we take for granted in ourselves what we see as extraordinary in someone else?
I was told I want you to take a single theme, Dr. Sammy the Scientist, so no more music. Don't do the music thing. That's too confusing for people, that you're singing in English, you're singing in Thai, you're doing entomology stuff, you're doing public speaking stuff, you're talking about faith stuff. It's all too much. Pick one.
So often we put our passions and our weird back into a proverbial box, and we only show a single interest. But this coloring box contains at least 64 flavors that together make the worlds of our making that much more vibrant and unique.
I was talking to my partner and saying, I don't know how to get them engaged in this. And he said, you go to Russia all the time. You love Russia. Tell them about going to Russia.
I'm Erika Randall, a dancer, professor, mother, filmmaker, and now host of The Ampersand, a podcast dedicated to what we call the alchemy of anding.
There are some memories that we all have that are permanently seared in our brains. So this conversation with my parents was one of them.
Why the ampersand? An ampersand is a typographical representation of connection. And over 8 episodes, we will hear stories of humans who imagine and create by colliding their interests.
At that time, keep in mind it was 2007, we weren't thinking about the gut microbiome. So the idea you could inject a bacterium, get antidepressant effects, it's kind of, people are like, wait a minute.
Rather than thinking of and as a simple conjunction in that conjunction-junction kind of way, our guests see and as a verb, a way to speak the beautiful when you intentionally let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. I'll meet a product manager/dancer who crushes it at Instagram.
My identity journey was I was only a dancer, and then I only worked in tech, and now I'm finding balance. But the reason I think that the balance is coming to me now later in life is because it was all of the things were already in there.
A filmmaker working to see her community represented on the big screen.
I just saw her in awe. It might have not been our representation, but it was representation. It was such a big movement for her. And I was like, I want to do that for my mom.
An ecologist who makes the invisible visible.
And so really just linking the experiences of communities in Eswatini and Southern Africa, particularly experiencing this drought, with the struggles that my communities and communities of color that I had grown up with were experiencing as well.
And many more stories of people who fuse together what makes them bright and colorful and extraordinary humans. Mostly, we want you to hear these stories and reflect on yourself and the people around you. Everyone has this dynamism, and we'll hope you'll imagine what it could be like to tell your story this way.
I worked as a DI consult for a few banks, and I had to come in as my 20-year-old female brown self and sit myself down in an office of executives from ages 50 to 70, I want to say.
As St. Mary Oliver asks, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Oh, I love this question. When I'm mothering, creating, and collaborating, it reminds me to replace a singular idea of what I think I should become with a full sensory verb about experiencing. Join me on The Ampersand and discover the alchemy of anding.